Uncomfy experiences are an invitation to go inwards. I have been having the most uncomfy week, and when I think of having uncomfy weeks, sometimes they hurt. Sometimes it's because I'm scared. Sometimes it's because people are coming in and out of my life. And we are taking a brief intermission to lighten this heavy mood because this is something. So I need y'all to count with me the number of times I sigh so heavily in this episode. Because whenever I'm sad, I do these deep sighs. So let's start counting. And I've committed myself to feeling the full spectrum of human emotions. And sometimes it hurts like shit. I can't begin to explain to you. But I was listening to this podcast. It's called Highest Self by Sahara Rose. I absolutely love it. And on this episode, she was talking with two very beautiful partners. And she was asking, what do you do when you would like your partner to hold space for you? And the female was like, well, sometimes when I'm going through certain things, I'll go to my husband and I'll ask him, can you hold space for me? And sometimes he has so much on his plate that he can't hold space for me. And during those moments, I use that as an invitation to go deeper within myself, to go inwards and to really do the work and focus on and ask myself, what's going on? What happened? And sometimes it hurts like shit, but we're all individuals and we all have our own place, and sometimes we need to take that as an invitation to go inwards. And regardless of partners or status, when we experience challenging situations, when we have difficulties, when things just feel very uncomfortable, when you feel these triggers arise, these emotions that come to the surface that just, they don't sit and feel good. They feel like, I don't want to feel this anymore. That's an invitation for you to go within yourself and do some deeper work to get to know you, to get to know what's going on, to get to know what you like, what you don't like, and to experience life. Like I said, I'm committing to this full experience of human emotions, but it hurts a lot. It really does. It's I do lots of deep breaths when things hurt for me. And I think I am a little bit sensitive to people coming in and out. And sometimes I am hesitant to let people in. But when they get there, even if it's for like a day, let's say my sister, I'll give you an example, like straight up. My sister came this past weekend, a couple weekends ago. And I was really hesitant for her to come because I never know how my weekends are going to look. My weekends are very spontaneous. And so I was like, you know what? She's my sister. I should let her come. So we finally booked a date for her to come from Florida, and she came and stayed with me in DC. And I was hesitant for her to come, but when she left, I was bawling. Like, I was crying. I was like, I can't do this. And then this week, I have a friend, and this time last year, I didn't know him, and he leaves today. It made me really sad that he was leaving. I was crying this morning. I was really sad because I don't know how I can do with like people coming in and people coming out and in and out. And that's the thing about life. It fluctuates. You come in and people come into your life and then they leave your life. And you know, the same people come into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. Okay, yeah. A season, a reason. I don't know if I could do that because I cry and I be feeling that shit. Like, why do you come in my life and then why'd you leave? I know it's parts of life, and it's just going to keep getting more from here. It is the end of April right now, and I'm recording for May, and I already know May is filled with a lot of people coming in and out because it's graduation season. I invited every single person that I love in this world to come for my graduation. And so people are going to stay here for a couple days and then leave, and I'm going to see my parents for a couple days and then leave, and my siblings for a couple days and then leave. So people coming in and out, and y'all need to check in with me because I do not know if I will be okay. I love people, and sometimes I'm hesitant for them to come in, but when they come in, even if it's for a day, I feel like they're a part of my new routine. And then I get sad the next day. But I'm working through it. We're going to work through it together. You never have to do this alone, and so we're going to make it work, okay? When I go through experiences like that make me go inwards, what brings me peace is knowing that I've gone through this, I know how it feels, and if I have a friend or a loved one or somebody else who goes through these same feelings, I can go in and help them. I can make them feel better about what they're going through, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to help somebody when they are going through a tough time because you understand how it feels. I had a friend a couple weeks ago who was going through like a semi breakup, and I had something similar not too long ago, but I don't want to give the details because it's a friend, but it's like, I'll just call it a semi breakup with no details. And I had gone through the same thing, so I knew, like, okay, I should probably be there a lot with her. Like, it hurts. You'll go to the store or you'll smell their perfume, and it hurts. And it hurts when you're going through it, but it's always beautiful to be able to give your friend or that person what they need because you've experienced it. And even though you might not know everything they need, you have a baseline of how things felt when you're going through it, and a lot of that may help their experience and help you to be there for them. Another uncomfy phenomenon I felt lately has to do with the job hunting. That's what brought it up. It brought up a lot of a little bit of feelings of fear that I really wanted to invalidate, that I really wanted to push to the side, because I love to manifest. If I'm manifesting this new job, how do I work through these emotions? Because you need to work through them to be able to come up with a high vibe emotions to move forward with the manifestation process. But I really just was ignoring them, and I didn't know I'm learning how to work through them to manifest the dream life, the dream job I want. And so I wanted to share some reminders, because when I say I've been going through it this week, I literally had to sit down and write reminders that I need to hear right now because this is getting crazy. So I don't spiral as much as I did anymore, and I think meditation has played a huge role in my quieter, more positive, loving, confident self-talk that I have in my head. And so when I go through certain issues with the skills I've learned and what I've picked up, I'm able to help myself regulate. So journaling is the way that I help myself regulate, and I was really going through it with this whole job hunting process, and the emotions I was feeling, I used it as an invitation to go inwards and ask myself what I need and come back to the table and write down what's helping me through this journey, because I'm still going through it now, what's helping me, and provide these tools to other people. Because if you're feeling something, there is most definitely more than 50 other people in this world feeling that same thing. So for this job thing, this one in particular, let me read out to y'all some reminders I needed to hear. You do not need to settle for other people's stories and realities. We all live in our own realities if you come to think about it. You may have a truth, somebody else may have a whole different truth. A lot of people's truths are based on what they've been through. And if it's something they've not been through, their truth is based on what they've learned through the media or through the people who they grew up around. You can always create your own reality. It's never too late to create your own reality. You can start with a belief system, telling yourself certain things, affirmations. The more you repeat affirmations, the more they stick in your subconscious. And apart from repeating affirmations, the brain loves evidence. It loves to see things happening in real time. And so you begin to notice these things. So if you say, everybody loves to talk to me, I'm magnetic, and you say it every single day, it is wired in your subconscious. You begin to act that way out loud as well. You begin to act that way in reality, and you experience that people being drawn to you. That's what you put your focus on, because what you focus on expands. So this is the reality that I'm going to tell you all about because I've been having a lot of conversations with people, and certain things they say resonate with me. Certain things they say I feel a little bit triggered, and I'm like, okay, let me understand why I'm feeling triggered. Some other things I'm like, I deeply disresonate. Do not resonate with this, please. But everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and everybody lives in their own reality, so it is a-okay. Okay, back to what I'm saying. I would like a $90,000 a year job. So one, I'm telling myself that I can earn $90,000 yearly, and I say I can do that easily. I can easily enter a job where I can make $90,000 easily, and I have to believe that for it to come true. For something to come true and for you to maintain it, you actually have to believe it, because if you don't believe it and it comes true, you may self-sabotage because you feel like you're not worthy of it. Then there are all these job listings in the market. So sometimes we have this scarcity mindset that there's nothing, like I'm looking for jobs and there's just nothing, nobody's reaching back out to me. But how many listings do you see on this website? It's over 1,000. So what do you mean there's no jobs? They're laying a bunch of people on, but there are logistics to this. I'm not going to get into the logistics because I just want you to use this information to do with it what you can. So don't worry about my specifics, but there's an abundance of things. There's literally an abundance. There, scarcity mindsets, throwing it in the garbage. There's an abundance. Okay, jobs are not scarce in DC. It's usually just like who knows, who knows, who knows. Who knows a person, who knows a person, who knows a person, so in touch with the recruiter and get you through. You can enjoy what you should do. That's my third one. You can enjoy what you do. Sometimes I hear different people say different things about when they hear the word work or career or job. Some people feel like you're just supposed to do it to survive. Some people feel as though you should enjoy what you do and you should only do what you truly like. Some people, everybody lives in a different reality. My reality, I genuinely want to enjoy what I do for work. I want it to expand the way I'm feeling. I want to feel fulfilled by what I'm doing. But I used to think that my job should make me happy. I'm learning that jobs can't make me happy, that I bring my own happiness. And what's so wild is I have come to understand the concept of a person can't make you happy, but it always left my mind that the job can't make me happy and I have to make myself happy from within for everything rather than a job. Like, I definitely understood a person's not, like, your partner isn't there to make you happy, but it just escaped my mind. Like, the jobs, like, yeah, jobs are supposed to make me happy. So that's that. Then your career can interest you. My career interests me. I'm gonna say this in present tense because we're manifesting. My career interests me. My career is fun and I love what I do. I genuinely am excited to go into the office. You tell yourself, I love what I do. The more you visualize these things, the more you feel how they feel, the more you'll begin to act in line with what you want to bring into your life. I remind myself, I can pivot into any sector of career I like. I went to school for nursing. I'm in integrative medicine right now, but if I feel more drawn to communications and social media work, I can go into that. If I decide I want to be in the data world, I can go do data. It doesn't matter. No knowledge is ever wasted. Every single piece of knowledge you have is working you towards something. Life isn't in sectors, and so many times we like to segment things off and compartmentalize, but we are multidimensional beings. We gotta keep going. There's so much that makes us up, and no knowledge is ever lost. You can keep going where you'd like to go. Wherever you feel called to in a season, I'm learning that if I feel called to something in a season, I can respect that calling and go that way, even though I never saw things going that way before. Respect your seasons, babies. Okay, I can apply to any position, even out of my study field. I kind of touched on that. Yeah, so those are some really big reminders I've been telling myself to really keep myself grounded and a little bit more positive about this job hunting. And let me say, God just works in mysterious ways, because over the past couple of days, I've had some crazy experiences that were literally just surreal. And sometimes I need the reminder that divine timing will work everything out. If I'm supposed to know something, then I will know it. But if it's not time for me to know it, then I won't know it, and that's fine. So taking that as a sign that I will never be abandoned. God and the universe is always working in my favor. They want to see me winning. And I was put on this earth for a reason. I've been brought this far by the higher power, by God, by the universe, by source, by spirit. I'm not going to be left on my own. But sometimes it feels scary to trust that when you can't see what's going on, but just know that there are a million things happening for you behind closed doors, and I can't even begin to explain how amazing things are going to end up. I love you, and you're doing absolutely amazing. I hope this really helped. I really sat down and just made this episode because it's been a lot of uncomfy feelings recently, and I'm learning to embrace the uncomfy feelings because, like I said at the beginning of this episode, I am learning to embrace and feel the full spectrum of life. And for the first time, I think I'm actually beginning to understand a little bit of a developing of emotions, understanding that emotions are not permanent and they come and go. And I'm not numbing out from them. Before, I would maybe be in the company of somebody or eat to help numb it, but I am allowing the emotions to take their path without too much resistance. If I can, I just kind of let it flow, even though I might not like it. And the emotions really don't last very long. I used to think they would last long, but sometimes they come in spurts. Other times they just want to be felt. I feel them, sit in it for a little bit, and then they go. So everything's been working out really well. I am thankful to be able to do that at this point, and I know I'm going stronger with it, and life is full of them, so I am embracing the journey. I love y'all, and I hope this was super helpful, okay? I'll see you later in the next episode. Yeah, love you. Bye.